Welcome back to AWS reInvent here at the Venetian in Las Vegas. My name is Nikki and I'm joined by
Dr. Gino Choi.
and
And I'm Gabe Hollenby. I'm a coworker of Nikki's as a technical evangelist at AWS.
we're going to talk a little bit about natural language processing. And so I heard Dr. Choi has this great platform. Tell us about it.
So the platform is called Evolution of Language and Information Technology. It's short for ELITE. And we are trying to bring all the machine learning NLP technology into the cloud. So there was a motivation about this. So about a few years ago, there was a paradigm shift of NLP, natural language processing, about all this deep learning is taking over all the state-of-the-art models in NLP.
Yep.
And practically all these deep learning models cannot be really run on your local machines.
Yeah,
So
we don't
you-
have enough GPUs to train
Exactly. So you need to have a very powerful machine to run all these models. So now that you cannot really install this on your local machines, why don't you just bring it up to the cloud so everyone can use it in a very efficient way?
So now with AWS, you have the opportunity to run your models in the
Yes,
cloud.
yes. I had this idea for about like 45 years, and I was not able to execute this idea because there's not a good of a cloud computing platform that I could have used. But now with the support of the AWS, it made it possible to bring all this technology into the cloud so everyone can use it.
Maybe we take a step back. We talked about NLP means natural language processing, but let's unpack that a little bit more for some of our viewers. What does natural language processing mean? How is this a valuable field of study, and what do people use it for?
Right. So our core study is we try to have the machine understand human languages. And practically every data has some part of the human language part, and it's probably the most prevailing data that we have in the future, and especially in everything in the conversation form. So how often do you text, right?
All the time.
Almost every
day.
minute, right? So all this text mining is happening with the natural language processing.
Yep.
So there's so much data and potentials in this area, and practically pretty much every AI technology is trying to use natural language processing to build their practical applications.
Right, to analyze sentiment,
Right.
do all kinds of
Topic analysis.
Right, question answering, machine translation, and all this is
All of that.
part of the fields of the natural language processing.
So what can someone do with the platform that you built?
So there are three parts that we are focusing on. One is we are bringing all this technology into the web so people can access it as a web API. So it's not just our models. We are trying to develop all the state-of-the-art model into the cloud so people can experience which are the models that actually work for them. So if you actually want to make some quick prototype about your ideas, everyone has like this innovative idea of using this NLP technology. It's not necessarily they know how to use this technology into their system.
Sure.
So this actually make it easy for them to quickly prototype their ideas.
And host it on
Exactly.
your platform.
Yeah. And another motivation about this is, guess how many PhD students are graduating every year?
Worldwide? I can't.
How many?
Right, God knows how
A
many,
lot.
right? But out of every single PhD student has some kind of state-of-art model developed for their task.
Yep.
And they have put very good work for all this work, but how many of those work actually are getting used by the world?
Yeah, what happens to it?
What happens
Right.
to that work?
So there are many things happening, right? So all these great models never get to be used first because they don't know how to advertise it.
Right? Or they build it, and it's enough for them to get their degree.
Exactly.
But they don't have the skills to deploy it, like you said, right?
Right, and they
Marketing
move
and
on.
deployment, and they just move on.
Right, exactly.
It goes to waste.
Right. So we want to actually give this as an inspiration to all these great developers and researchers in the world. If they actually if they feel like they develop something that's actually better than some others,
Yep.
or in their own ways, they can actually deploy their models into our platform in the cloud, and anybody in the world can choose to use their model.
That's
And
awesome.
try to compare their model against other state-of-the-art models and see which one actually works better.
How
So it's-
many models are on the platform right now?
so at the moment, there are about 7 tasks that in NLP that's running, and each task has about 1 to 3 models. So a total of about 14 or 15, I think. But in the future, hopefully after the first release this week, I hope all the NLP community will jump into this platform and start contributing to the platform so we can have as many models as it is.
So how much does this cost to use? If somebody wants to, if they built a cool model, if I built a model and I want to host it on Elite,
Right.
how much does it cost me to host it, and how much does it cost users to use that model?
Right. So we are academic organizations. So at the moment, everything is for free.
Free? free.
So
That's a great price. Love
right.
that price.
Especially for academia.
Right.
Yeah.
So thanks to all this AWS giving us the support to develop all this platform. As long as like AWS has the support and we actually have some kind of credits to use it for, we are planning to make it for free. So, and another thing is it's actually good for the scalability too. So we have made a stress test for about the 1 megabytes of the data. And 1 megabytes of data for your information is about 1 million characters of the text.
How many books is that?
So you can actually fit in a lot of maybe entire novel
Yep.
into this, and like a lot of children's stories will be less than a megabyte.
Okay.
So I think it will serve a purpose for most people.
It's a good benchmark.
Exactly.
So where can people go to get started if they wanted to upload a model?
Right. So they can actually go to our webpage. It's called elite.cloud.
Elite.cloud.
ELIT.cloud. Right now we are obviously lacking the documentation, but we have a good engineering team going on. So
Who's building this with you?
yeah, it's dedication from my PhD students and undergraduate students as well.
What
So
school are you with? I don't think we mentioned that.
yeah, I'm a professor at Emory University, and
Wow.
our NLP lab has been developing this for about 2 years now, and it's been
Props
a long
to all your
journey.
students. That's
Yeah.
incredible work.
Right.
So how did you host your models that you were building a couple years ago before the first version of Elite came out?
Right. So the entire motivation was that we wanted to make some kind of cloud-based platform that could be used for our internal use. So we actually developed all this for ourselves and try to make it into the cloud so everyone can use it.
That's awesome. Thanks so much for joining us, Dr. Choi, and thank you for co-hosting with
Thank
me,
you.
Gabe.
My pleasure.
Bye.
Thanks for watching.